we are going to be working on fractions and percentages still. Okay, so I have 3/5. So out of every 5 students in total, 3 of them are girls. Okay, so how many out of 100 are girls? So what we would do is we would find an equivalent fraction, right? To 100, I know that 5 times 20 is equal to 100. So I multiply the top and bottom, right? And that would be 60. So just making it equivalent to a denominator of 100 very easily helps us find, whoops, that is supposed to be a 0. It's a wonderful 0. It helps us find that percent very easily. Okay, but what if the denominator isn't a multiple of 100? It doesn't easily have a partner that multiplies to 100. Well, there's a couple things that we can do here. So first is that I can just reduce this to lowest term. So 3 divides in evenly to both of these, right? All right, so I would have 3 here, and then I would have 5 here. We're back to that original number. And so that would equal 100, and that would be 60, right? Because multiplied by 20. And so I would have 60%, my lovely zeros. Okay, that's a 0. Okay, so that works out, right? And so what did I do? I'd reduce the fraction so that the denominator is a factor of 100, right? And then I can multiply to find a denominator of 100, and then I can come up with a percentage from there. Now, what if I had something like 2/7? Okay, it's already reduced to its lowest, and I can do that. But what I'm going to do here instead is I'm going to change this to a division statement. It's the reason why we do fractions before we do percentages. Okay, now I have written this as a division statement. Okay. Actually, I'm not going to do this right now. Let's just move on. Scratch this out. Okay, so now I'm going to change fractions to percentages, but I'm going to use division. So remembering that the numerator goes first, right? When we're writing this as a division statement, because this basically means divide. Okay, so 3 divided by 12 is going to be equal to 0.25, okay? And then I can very easily write this as a percent because I know that's 25 over 100, right? Okay, and all of these are equal to each other. All right, now what if I have, say I have 2/7? I can't take this and reduce it. I'm not going to be able to just find a multiple of 100. So I am going to again divide this. And you'll notice that it doesn't come up with an even, like a very neat problem like this here, right? Like so that it ends in hundredths place. This is going to be 0.285 7, 1, 2, 9, and it just keeps going. Okay, so it repeats, keeps going. All right, now what do? Well, I'm going to round it to the hundredths place. And remember, when we round, it's 5 or over, we round up. So this is going to be 0.29, and then this is approximately. And so the percent is going to be 29%. Okay, so now where do percentages lie on a number line? So if I have 0 over here, this is 0%. Okay, if I had 100% over here, I just want you to think about what number would be going here. And that's 1, right? So on a number line, we are going to be, if I'm looking at a ruler, okay, this would be 0, and this is going to be 1 centimeter. Like that's what we're looking at here. We're looking at numbers that lie between 0 and 1. So 100% being 1. Okay, now, are there numbers that lie on this side? Absolutely. So I don't want you to think that you're never going to see a percent that's bigger than 100%. Okay, that's a myth. That's not true. You will find numbers eventually, not now, but eventually that are greater than 100%. Okay, but not in this class. Now, if we are thinking about, okay, so if I'm thinking about a ruler, right, and that's 1 centimeter here, and these are the millimeters, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 millimeters all the way up, right? So 1/10, 1/20, 2/10. What are the percentages here? Well, if I change this, right, to hundredths, this is going to be 10%. Okay, 2/10 is going to be 20. And this is where they will live on a number line, 30%. It's very important that you know where numbers live in comparison to other numbers and what they're equal to. This is 50%, 60%, right? 70%, 80%, and 90%. Okay, so that's where they are going to be positioned on a number line. Okay, so you have some activities to get done, and make sure you're coming to the help session if there was anything in here that you did not understand.